Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 56 of Ash Williams' project Zomboid, which originally aired live on Twitch. I think the easiest recap that I can give you in the shortest period of time is, well, this project here, that was obviously what we're working on last, foraging and trapping. There, let me update that. The TLDR is we keep searching for the fabled sledgehammer, and it keeps eluding us. And I don't see that trend ending anytime soon, but I'm happy to keep searching as long as it is submitted as a goal. I don't mind, because I pair it with other tasks like scavenging, which is still very, very useful, and raising up my construction skills. In about, let's say, 8 minutes time for you really, really early birds. I appreciate you being early. It is awesome. It feels really good as a streamer for people to actually show up like on time. I mean, filter in and out whenever you want, but having an audience nice and early that I can interact with is glorious. So we are heading into winter. We are in the 4th of October. And just to recap everything else, 1630 zombies killed. We are about 3 months in. And here is our skills. We are going to need to start reading the new electrical book and then search for tailoring books, because I am a moron and forgot to actually add the tailoring books to my books to find. So I don't have any because I'm an idiot. But, you know, that's my fault, not yours. Let's go and immediately sleep. Nothing like a good sleep stream, right? Yeah, nothing like a good sleep stream. Alright, where's... Well, the other problem I'm having is I don't even know where my list of... I, like, shuffled everything around on my desk, and my list of books to find are somewhere. What are the benefits I get from having a sledgehammer, apart from being able to destroy staircases? That's a very good question. So, one... I could destroy anything. So if you take a look here, for instance, I have been dealing with climbing in and out of a window to get into my base. I could replace this window with a door. The sledgehammer is sort of your delete tool. Don't think of it as a sledgehammer. Think of it as like, I can delete anything I want to delete. So let's say I want to punch out a hole in this wall and have a gangway all the way over to the gas station. I could do that. Without the sledgehammer, obviously, I can't. I can't really manipulate the world by deleting things without one. So, yeah, it's really the only thing that you can use to remove tiles, and that's why it is so unbelievably powerful. And it's rare, but not as rare as you've seen me have trouble finding one. To be completely honest, I'm in the 99.9 percentile for like the ridiculousness of the rarity of sledgehammers. They're not this rare. They're really not this rare. Wow. Dakin, thanks for the 1,000 bits, and then Cowley, Landfear, and Sky for the resubs. Holy cow. Yeah, you're welcome for the explanation. Ooh, JD as well. This is we're starting off hot. All right, my list of things here. I'll put Yoda on, even though I'm not gonna really manipulate him much. He had a bit of a I don't know how to put it. He had a rough morning. The fabled sledgehammer. Yeah, he had a rough morning. He is not feeling well. But let me find my list real quick before we actually dig in, and I'll zoom on out. There we go. So I got it. The first thing I want to be doing is probably reading the electricity book to level up my electricity. A rigged sledge. They're a hoax and they don't exist. Yeah, I went into considerable length about how A, ridiculous it is, and B, how short of mods, which I'm not running any, there'd really be no way for me to rig it anyway, which I just find so very funny because of the way the loot renders. I can't affect the world in any significant way outside of my sphere of influence, which means, in complicated speak, I can't change whether there's a sledgehammer outside of where I've already searched. I have no ability to do that. Shelf, thanks for the bits. Yeah, poor Yoda. Yeah, he must have like doggy flu or something. He just is not feeling well. Okay, so I did receive one YouTube comment, which I find very, very helpful. What is basically, I've been running this generator until it's going to explode. So I'm gonna turn that off. Who wrote that? Let me look that up real quick. Essentially, as soon as your generators dip below 50%, they have a chance to go kaboomy, and I've run mine to 34%. So, don't do that. All right, let's get fuel for this other Jenny, and then I'll open up the submittals for suggestions. I think some people wanted it to explode, huh? Is that it, Tumbling? You want a kaboom? I mean, I could put the generator in the middle of nowhere and, like, let it explode, but I'd rather fix it. Ashuria Sky was the one that mentioned that. So what I'll do here is I'm going to take these partial gas cans that have a little bit of fuel in it, and we'll get the generator fueled back up. Can I read out the probability factor of spawning certain items? No. So the way the loot spawning works is there's a chance for items to spawn depending on the container that you're searching. So if you're searching warehouse crates, there's a greater chance to spawn things that you would find in a warehouse. If you're searching a car, there's a greater chance to find jacks and tire pressure pumps, things like that. So there isn't a predetermined loot pool, but there is chances, much like how, you know, if I want to find I think that probably makes enough sense to you all. Pet Yoda. I'm gonna pet him real gentle, because I'd much prefer him not vomiting if I can help that. Wow, Sky, thanks for all the gifted subs. Alright, I think what I'm going to do before opening up the submissions for what I work on initially is just to top up my gas cans. Because I have a lot of jerry cans here, and I might as well get them full. Yoda vomit emoji suggestion. In fact, if you want, there's currently a poll out on Rhadamant.com about what new emotes that I'm going to introduce to the channel. Unfortunately, the suggestion box for them is already closed, but at some point in the future, maybe I open up another suggestion box. Kellyanne, thanks for the resub, and the Kiwa as well. Far too kind. Also, for all you subscribers, if you want to hop on Discord, I have, and link your Discord accounts to Twitch, I have a submission box for all Twitch subs right now where they can suggest games for me to play. And then once I get a bunch of, you know, submitted ideas, we're going to have 2 polls about what games I'll end up playing. One of the polls will be private, only to Patreon patrons and Twitch subs, where they'll whittle down the list to like 5 choices, and then the next poll will be public for everybody to vote on the top 5 choices. And that's sort of how I've always done things. So now we're using a much healthier generator back at base, and I just decided this is a cyclical task that takes a while, and it makes sense for me to like top up all my gas cans. It'll just take a sec because it's a pretty labor-intensive task. Can it be any game? Yeah, it can. I mean, any game that my channel is more or less family friendly, so it's not going to be a game that violates that. So there aren't a lot of games I think people would suggest that wouldn't be family friendly, and it also has to be a game I can play on Twitch. So not all games. Twitch does ban certain games to play, but that shouldn't limit much either. Twitch actually doesn't ban dating sims, but they do ban, you know, games that are they don't I don't need to get into the full Twitch rules, but they don't necessarily ban for nudity. But with that said, I don't think I would be playing a game on my channel that has it anyway. Oh, taken fuel. Let me open up the Channel Port Redemption suggestion box for the goals, which will be what I work on the next day or two. What about X4 Foundations? One of my patrons actually was asking about that, and they instead submitted for me to play X3 Farnham's Legend when it comes out in May, which I would do. I have a lot more hours in X3 than I do in X4. I haven't really fully grappled with the mechanics of X4, but that doesn't necessarily mean I wouldn't play it. The only problem I would have with the X series is they're very slow, as I think any X player would know. They're extraordinarily slow, and for you to do anything in that game, it takes like many hours, which it's tough to stream as a result just because of its pace. No, even Zomboid is a little slow, but that's also why whenever I'm tasked with goals, I do the absolute minimum of the goal. Same with Stationeers when I stream Stationeers. In Stationeers, you can spend 50 hours building a building, easy peasy. So instead, what I do is I spend the absolute bare minimum of time to accomplish the goal so that I can keep the ball rolling, because otherwise it's just snoozeville. I also had one other big question to ask all of you, and this question is big enough that it's worth me waiting for our people to come into the channel, which is essentially, should I rig a trap to significantly clear out West Point? I have mentioned in the past that I didn't feel like I wanted to do that, but if I'm ever to start using handguns, I would need to clear, or any sort of firearm, I would need to significantly clear out a lot more of the population that's around. So what I would do is, there is a lumber truck not too far up the train tracks, I recall. And if I can get that lumber truck or forestry truck running that has a roof alarm system, what I would be able to do is to rig up a fire burn trap for all the zombies that are in and around West Point to scorch them all. Okay, so we have so many suggestions here. Let me pause that before that balloons out to a unpullable list. I think I'll save some of the more recently submitted ideas, or combine them or something. I'll have to take a look in a second, because there's a lot of things. I let that go a little long. It is nice to have a mint truck again, but God knows I'm going to break it. To the thing that Zomboid has very little to do late game, I agree, but I disagree. It's a sandbox game, so a lot of it is, it's sort of up to you to find your own adventure. So the onus is on you to make your own fun. Much the way that, like, you could go to the beach or go to a giant sandbox, like a literal sandbox, and be like, oh, there's nothing to do. It's like, yeah, but you could build castles and moats and, I don't know. It's just, I feel like, so, make the generator explode. What else? Search for sledge. Look for generators. Scavenge. You know, but not sledge. Craft with foraged goods. Move or set up a gun locker. And the last one, well, okay, everything that I didn't include, if you submit an idea, it will be on the poll's next iteration. It's just, you know, we're about full. Okay, I have just a simply absurd amount of gasoline. I love it. I have, what, 33 cans or something like that? Oh, Yoda. Hey, buddy. Yeah, you all can probably tell Yoda's not his normal self. He's a dog, not without his own health conditions. So, yeah, 34, 35 cans. Yeah. Okay. We need more generators if we're going to blow them up. So, scavenge and crafting with the foraged goods is leading. I think what I'm going to do is just cook up some meals for myself. As my weight is dropping and I don't want it to drop any further. Because if it keeps going down, I'll become underweight and then I'll have the same problem I had before, just the opposite end of the spectrum. I want to be a healthy weight, not a welterweight. Did I leave anything for myself? No, maybe I didn't. All right, let's make a stew. Rabbit. Cupcake diet? Oh, if only I had the cupcakes. I'm afraid I probably don't have that many cupcakes. So you're curious how I would implement Slay the Spire or Stardew Valley feedback for the channel, because usually I have people vote on what I do. It might be a little challenging, but I think for Slay the Spire, for instance, it could just be like, you know, what builds or setups I use. For Stardew Valley, it could be, you know, how to proceed in the story. Extraordinary linear games is a little tricky because there's like only one way forward. So some games don't work so well for the channel for user feedback, but there's still, you know, there's still some sort of choices to be made. Yeah. It's not too hard. Okay, so scavenge it is. That's what we're gonna do. Current project is very straightforward. Dangerous uncooked. One of the things that I think I would most want to scavenge for is tailoring books. I want to... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get back to the Enigma books in downtown West Point. And, you know, scavenge up some books that I need. All right, so here's the question that I was proposing before, which is really, really important for your feedback. It's essentially, if I use an emergency vehicle or some sort of noisemaker to draw in zombies, it could very significantly make the game much, 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 much easier if I kill a lot of zombies using sort of like an emergency vehicle with their sirens blaring, right? So the benefits of this is it could significantly clear out downtown West Point or wherever I do the trap. The downside is, after the fact, there might be so few zombies as a result of effectively clearing them out so efficiently that it could become boring. So there's, you know, there's two sides of this argument to be made, where I don't necessarily want to make the remainder of the series boring for one big blowout. So that's what this poll is about. And once you set up the trap, it's just about impossible to disarm it. So it's not like we can go back. I can't undo it. Once we set it off, it's set, and there is no reversal. Crash says, I would say yes, but only at the mall. That's a very, very reasonable alternative. That is, if I was to use the trap, I think I would take it to the mall. It'd be very tricky to set up at the mall. I'd have to figure out exactly the the chunk limits, but that would be a very reasonable place to use it. Because the mall is swarming, and I don't think I'll ever be able to do anything with the mall unless we did some sort of mass murder scenario. Well, I don't know if you can mass slaying of zombies scenario because of how ridiculously full the mall is of zombies. There are honestly probably pushing 1,000 there. Or more? How is my lead pipe? It's pretty fine. Okay, so are they bashing my car? Don't do that. Ooh. I'm trying to kill them not in the middle of the street. Oh, Ash, you are quite the slayer. May I also remind you that there is the fact that I can improve my armor for future submittals of suggestions. Oh, there's an upgrade to this. What upgrade did that have? Where is that gun? It has a red dot on it. Cool. But yeah, what I was saying is there is the fact that I could tailor up myself a better set of armor. I wanted to wait until I had the tailoring book read because... Oh wait, you have a gun too? Jeez, the people in this town are quite armed. But yeah, I'm still hoping to do that. And then also collecting warmer clothing for the winter because we are heading into the winter. And if I'm ill-prepared, that would be bad. Hey, John! Thank you for the resub, Solcano. Oh. Yeah, he's tough to see. Alright, there's still a bunch of zombies over there. This is, I think, what, the town hall or something? I forget what building that is. I don't have my map up. And I can hear zombies inside these buildings on my left trying to smash their way out. Yeah, I know I haven't gone to the coffee shop yet. I haven't gone to most of these buildings, actually, because they are generally speaking overrun. But since my goal is to scavenge, and I most need the tailoring books, at least that gives me an idea of where to go. That was weird. I swung. Clearly I hit them, but it made no noise. No contact noise. Another idea just thrown out there, another idea that I could have for submitted goals is to do something with my electronics, because I have an absolute bucket of electronics. Should I only use the fire trap in the, or for the mall? All right, type that up real quick. It's a very, very powerful sort of game mechanic exploiting tool, and I don't mind it being restricted for the benefit of the series. So we'll float that idea. Hello, bookstore. Am I sure I've never been in here before? Because there's a bunch of regular books that I feel like I would have looted. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for all the tailoring books except for basic, expert fishing, and master cooking. So I have master fishing and expert cooking, so a total troll reversal of what I actually need. No, I don't think I've actually been here. There's honestly just too many regular books in the light. Or maybe I have, I don't know, I don't really know. Master mechanics, okay, I don't need any of that. Advanced tailoring, there we go. I can cross that off my list. But before I go onto the list, so advanced tailoring is what, the 5 to 6 skill? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be the third book of the series. The advanced cooking mags, I think I've already read. Yeah, already read how to make dough. Yeah, already read all of these. The Angler magazine already read as well. Let me get out to my car because I'm becoming encumbered by these books. Oh, I've been driving with my tank open. Trunk open. Hi. You really gonna stop me? I'm just sorting my... Okay, yep, you are. So effective. Oh, a bow tie. I like it. You guys think I should make cake? Well, submit it as an idea. I'm down to attempt a cake. I think I have the eggs at least. I've got like 10 eggs left back at the base. Okay, there we go. A little lighter. There's just a lot of zombies that sounds really, really close to me. Master tailoring. Okay, let's cross that one off. See, this is already yielding a lot of fruit. I like fruitful tasks. The Angler I've read, the Metalwork I've read. But these books I could use. Guerrilla Radio. Advanced Tailoring. I already got one of those. Oh, I'm putting these in my backpack. Oh, well. Okay, got those Guerrilla Radios. Just a whole lot of books. Don't get that song stuck in my head? Hey, Rage Against the Machines is good music. I wouldn't mind that stuck in my head. Sure beats Baby Shark. Well, most of these magazines I've read. Master Cooking. There it is. Let's check that off. So now all I need is expert fishing and intermediate tailoring and expert tailoring. That is the full list now. And here's advanced tailoring with like the 5th one in this building. Tailoring for intermediates. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Check that one off. Now I just need 2 books left. Man, this bookstore has been good to me. I mean, granted, the quantity of books that are here, it makes sense. And this is the last shelf. Okay. Very, very, very successful. I wonder if they have books upstairs. I haven't checked. What books are left? So, unless my list here is wrong, all I need is expert fishing and expert tailoring. The 7 and 8 skill books for those 2. Which is a very small list, considering I had overlooked all the tailoring books. And this intermediate tailoring book was very, very, very important because I can't really level. Well, I can level, but slowly. I can't really level up my tailoring without it. So this scavenge here, or at least my interpretation of the scavenge goal, making buck. Mayhaps I head over to the. Let me bring up my map. So if you want the map, just hit exclamation mark map. Like, well, here I'll just do it. There it is. So if you want the map, I am at Enigma Books in West Point. And I'll probably be heading towards the warehouse, or the, not the warehouse, the hardware store that's up and to the left. Howdy, Tiger. Welcome to the stream. So, in dentistry, there'd be a lot of first aid supplies. If I needed more, I currently don't. And then this is the hardware store that I've already searched. I'd only be interested in going back into it to pick it over again, because the last time I was there, I was a little rushed, if I recall. Oh, that was weird. I was going to put my... So here's another gas station, too. I haven't been in there either. So that might be another place to scavenge. It's probably one of my favorite songs on the soundtrack. Not gonna check the upstairs? I could. I still have time. It's 5:30 p.m., so maybe I don't have that much time. But yeah, I'll make a mental note of going back there. So this was the hardware store, which has a odd lack of hardware. it's mostly like, how to describe it? It's just like more like a consignment store, something like that maybe. Oh, a house key. Yeah, it just has random stuff. It's like a Dollar General, something like that. What, all these people were employees? They all have keys to this building. I have 3 sets of keys now to this building. Oh. I shouldn't have ran. Alright. She grappled me, but it didn't do anything. Let me go out here. A little bit more space. I thought I had time to turn and run, but that proved to be false. That's something I'm not great at judging, is how quickly they're going to grapple and react. So the duffel bag has nothing in it. Lady, chill, was open. You always thought of it as a wilderness store? For me, I just don't even know what it is. Just a store. Pipe wrench and batteries. I'll take the batteries. Yeah, I don't... The reason I'm back here is I don't think I was all that thorough the last time I was here. I, was a bit rushed. Wow. I'm interacting with a lot of stuff. What am I doing? Oh my god. So, I also want to level up my metalwork. So, anywhere where I can just break down stuff for metalwork, I will. I know that the metal rack there could be broken down for metalwork, but I'd have to clear it first. You know, taking a look at the what's left on the shelves, I actually feel like I did a pretty good job of looting here last time I was here, because there's really not much left. Oh, come on! Oh, Jesus. Well, I'm scratched. Next scratch. Oh, you little vampire. I heard it, and I just couldn't, sometimes the game is a little clunky for controls, and I was trying to face her, and my character just, like, did a little spin instead. A half spin. Okay, yeah, I remember being in here. And with my luck, scratches are, like, always 100% fatal, right? The last time I got a scratch, it was, like, in most of the time, you can just ignore scratches, because they... Well, not ignore them, but they're relatively low chance of fatality, but not for me. But maybe this time I'll get lucky. I do have plenty of ducks, though. The last one healed, but it still got infected. Which... And, that lady did damage to my scarf. So I would need to replace the scarf. Or, I guess she's not really a lady anymore. It's getting late in the day. I should turn back around. Especially given my laceration. Or scratch, whatever it is. Already dirty. Yep. Should get that home. I do have sterilized bandages, though. So the sterilized bandages are helping to clean it out. Okay. I also hear zombies. course, the Knack Vikings would be proud. Sounded like a good Blades of Ragnarok joke. Bleach is a thing in this game, but not in the way that it would help you. Oh, look at you, little block party there. So this is the police station, the furniture store, the office building that had the zombies flying out the windows after me, construction site, and then the storage yard that didn't have my sled. Whoa, careful there. And we're home. Sort of. Actually, I need to be parking here. There we are. Alright, let's take that down. So if I set up a fire trap in the mall, that will have to be a project 2. For now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave all of the stuff in my trunk. That off... Oh, we have 4 cabbages ready to go. That office building, from my personal experience, having been in there in other series, doesn't have much. It's mostly just like water, what's it called? The water fountain things. Tends to be most of it. So, yeah, oh, I can patch the hole. Well, I'll patch the hole for now because, I don't have a spare scarf, I don't think. Yeah, the water coolers, that's what I was trying to think of. Not the most interesting array of loot in there. So another thing I could do to aid my recovery is be well fed. The locked storage space between the post office and the hardware store for the sledge, I'm not sure. I don't think so. Another thing I should do is use the less fresh rabbit meat first, because it's going to go foul earlier. So it's in my advantage to use what is going to spoil first before it spoils, because once it spoils, I don't have the cooking skill to fix that. Rabbits are not foul. I didn't mean that kind of foul. I think you do that, though. Alright, propane torch, welder's mask. Let's put those away. My needle, scissors, put that away. My neck bandage is already dirty again. And use some alcohol wipes and bandage it up with a sterilized bandage. Why not? It's overkill. Unnecessary overkill, but why not? I'm going to disinfect the 2 bandages that I have, because I honestly just have a truly absurd amount of first aid supplies. So I really don't need to worry about using it up. Ideally, I wouldn't be getting hurt in the first place, but with me and my sloppiness, you know, that's not gonna happen. Alright, let's check that oven. Almost cooked. Yeah, first aid is a little pointless in this game until probably they introduce NPCs. I suspect once they introduce NPCs... Huh, that should be working. Once they introduce NPCs, it will have a little bit more of a purpose when you can heal others. It also is purposeful in multiplayer, but in single player, not really. Because it's one of those, like, you're going to be so dead before you ever make use of this. That's why the game tries to suicide you? Yeah, it is. I can confirm it is a pretty worthless skill to have compared to the other ones. Alright, let's put things away. I'm going to, for now, put my master carpentry away. And we could go to sleep a little early, just for the recovery benefit. Yeah, there's a setting to completely remove zombification. At that point, they're in this game, like a lot of the times when you get overrun or grabbed or whatever, it doesn't even really matter if you're going to become a zombie or not, because if you're dragged to the ground in a swarm, there's no real coming back from that. It's a one-way trip, and you're just going to be shredded. So I'm just, before I go to sleep, I'm just going to back up my save. But I have a backup before that in case the scratch is fatal. But I could also just sacrifice the rabbits. Yeah. Even I would say for this game, even if you are like immune to zombification, you can quickly and easily become zombie buffet. It doesn't really matter if you turn or not. Yeah, what I'll be doing is I'll be putting away all my stuff and then checking the traps and then going back to scavenge. Because the cyclical, like, checking the traps, I always want to do. Not queasy, that's good. Yep. Yeah, if it was worse than that, if I was queasy, that'd be an indication of being a zom, but... Protein will help me heal. Yeah, well, let's eat that stew. It's better hot, but I don't care. Oh, actually, before I do anything else, let's harvest these cabbages. I don't know how many more harvests I'm going to be able to manage before... Hey! Farming level 6! I wonder what that gives me. Fertilized, maybe? I'm not sure. But either way, I dig it. Pun intended. Now that I'm about to garden it out. Now, I haven't turned on the weather reports to know if I need to water or not, but I'm just going to water anyway. But yeah, if you take a look at my skills here, as you can see, first aid is by far the least used Besides my firearms, which I just haven't even done any of. And that's not like, my first aid skill is not likely to go anywhere from there. Yeah, gives me more yield and lets me skip a growth cycle. I'm probably going to start fertilizing the longer to sow crops as I progress towards the winter. Okay, my freezers are filling up, though. I'm going to leave some of these out so that I can have fresh ones. Hey, hydrate. I don't mind if I do. How are you doing today, Crimson? Better than me, I hope. Hope you didn't get slashed in the neck by a zombie. I was sitting cross-legged on my chair. I guess I can't do that with a posture check. Alright, before I go anywhere else, I should water. Actually, before I even do that, I should, the weather report. I gotta get better at, like, the order of operations for this stuff. So, weather report. This bad boy is gonna need battery. You want to be that guy, but winter's coming? It is. I'm prepared. Am I going to be able to see the radio? Well, it's weird to say see the radio, but I'm going to be able to hear the radio from here? I wonder. An imposter check. Okay, no, I can't hear the radio from here. Makes me kind of want like a portable one. I guess I can catch it in the car while I drive. Do I know how long it takes the composter to work? No, not off the top of my head. Like 2 weeks? Something like that? Two weeks for compost is default? Yeah. Way to go, 2 weeks. Unless you've changed it. Instead of emptying my trunk... Oh, you know what? I don't have cabbage. Well, let me get carrots. Run! I'm gonna rearm the traps, but with carrots. Oh my god, stupid fridge. I love the flopping animation. Alright, for here, I'm just gonna, while the carrots heat up, I'm just gonna take out the books. The many books. This is gonna take me like half an hour. I'm gonna take more damage from the books breaking my back than the zombies scratching me. Okay. There we go. Book drive. What was that? Honestly, what? Sprinting? Yep, I finally leveled up 1 sprinting. Oh, that's embarrassing. 3 months, and my sprinting went up for the first time ever. My guy is like a dwarf. Good over short distances. Okay, we have filled up that bookshelf entirely. It can contain no more. Well, I guess I'm putting books into this box here, and this box too. There we go. All right, we're good. Now, where's my carrots? Oh, did I leave them in the oven? Yes. Okay, let's go check on the traps. Yeah, it's surprising. In most games I play, I do find myself running everywhere. But in this game, because you need your stamina to kill zombies, I tend not to run very much unless I know I'm going to have, like, rest time. Device options. Okay, you don't need to play at full volume. So now we're listening to the emergency broadcast system. We'll leave the car running. It's not like I have a lack of gasoline. Wow. All right, 2 traps, nothing in them. Some of these trees. Oh, here's broken trap. Okay. Another broken trap. I don't think I had any traps out this far. Okay, well, 3/5 of my traps were rebaited, and then the others are broken. Yeah, that's all the traps I had. All right, I'm gonna head back to above the bookstore, I guess. Oh yeah, I did have some in the field. Well, I just ate all my carrots. Did I? Yeah, I put some where I foraged over yonder. Yeah, there's a trap there. Well, oh, I thought I grabbed my keys. I might have to forage up some berries to rearm it, even though berries aren't necessarily the most efficient source of bait. This trap is fully... It's probably, Alright, let's search for berries only. Thank you for watching episode 56 of Ash Williams' Project Zomboid, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream, Rhadamant.com has all the information you need. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, everybody.